Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to another JToH video. And I'd just like to take a moment to look at the amazingness of this. See how that's green, meaning I beat the Citadel. This is being recorded on the same day that I beat the Citadel, but not in the same session. But we're not doing the Citadel today. Instead, we're doing the first of the advanced towers, the Tower of Stress. This is my favorite tower of the ones I've done. I will probably get a new favorite later on. But I've only beaten 19 towers so far. Okay, so this is an easy challenging, and it's also a classic tower. I think classic towers, you could, in the time that this was made, you didn't have to have the platforms be the same color as the frame of the tower. I think they'd have to be the same. Now, this is a pretty easy tower. At least the first half of it, I guess. So yeah, I also like the music of this tower. Not that you can hear it though, because I'm not going to be playing it. Because I have no idea what's copyrighted and what's not. And so yeah. Oh, whoops, that was close. Yeah, that's why I just used music from the YouTube audio library. Okay, so then you have this thing. It's a lot easier if you just jump right to here and then do one of these things. We go sideways along the ladder. And also, if you saw in the total oofs of the thing earlier, this is a fresh server for the most part, because it's not even to 100 yet. So that also means there's absolutely no kill brick lag. So while we have some intense tower gameplay in the background, I'm going to be telling a story about Adopt Me. So there are obbies that you can play in that game. If you go over to the park, there's a little room you can go into where you can do some obbies. And I personally don't like what they did with them. So way back in the day, back when the game was new, it was a lot different back then. You didn't have houses or anything. Well, you had to rent apartments or houses, whichever you want. They were different prices, which you would remain with while you were on the server. Okay, instead of doing that jump, it is possible, by the way. Just do that. Yeah, but Adopt Me was a lot different back then, and there were no pets. What you could do was there were obbies over at the playground, and that's what I would spend most of my time doing. You could complete them, and you'd get bucks from doing that. Bucks are the in-game currency, if you don't know. There's a big boy shortcut coming up. That's just turning your view like that so that you slip down and land on the kill brick. And rather than doing this floor, you can take a nice shortcut right there. So yeah, you could win bucks for completing obbies, but then one day they put a thingy blocking the door to the obbies. Those fall, by the way, those platforms. And it said, what did it say? It said under maintenance or something, I think. That jump, you'll get the hang of it. Yeah, so it was under maintenance, and I was very sad, and I was waiting forever for them to finally reopen it, and then they did finally, and I was not pleased at all, because okay, so instead of earning money from completing them, literally all that it did was get you a Roblox badge, and yeah, which of course means there's only a reason to do it once. And also, they removed half of the obbies, and I was very sad, but, it is what it is. Whoops. Yeah, so there are a whole bunch of shortcuts in this little purple floor, and this is also where the tower stops playing around. These far jumps, they're not that far. Many people say that they're pretty tricky. I find them easier if you do them sideways. So yeah, that's my experience with the Adopt Me obbies. So then you reach this magenta floor. I haven't really commentated on the actual tower, but yeah, here's a funny story about the hardest obby in Adopt Me, which is Tiny Isles. So the first time I got to the end, which back then I only played on mobile, so it was super amazing, and I wanted to take a screenshot, and so, scary jump incoming. I mean, it's a little scary. I failed that the first time I got to it. And then these spinners, you don't stick to them, so aim for the center of them, and sort of do like this. So I wanted to take a screenshot of me at the end, which on an iPad would be you have to press the off and home button at the same time. But I hit the off and sound button at the same time, so it closed out of the app. And so I lost all my progress on there, and so I was super sad. So then I had to redo it, and then eventually I did get it again. Okay, now for the big boy drop. Oh, come on. I usually straighten up my view for that. That's not good. Yeah, so I had to redo the tiny aisles. Okay, I'll see you when I get back up there. Alright, and just like that, we're back at the top. Also, what some people like to do, they'll wall hop across here, and then at the end, just hop onto the ladder. That way that it doesn't take them so long. And there we go. Also, on the wiki, it says, for JToH, it says you can just laugh clip, and then you can jump right onto the ladder, except you shouldn't do that, because then you'll get kicked by the anti-cheat system, because there's a checkpoint at the top, before you do this jump. So, this tower actually recorded a practice video for this YouTube channel on about a month and a half ago. So while I'm climbing up here, which I'm already halfway up because I've been talking, whatever, I will show you a compilation of my fails, which there's not that many, but okay. But it's okay if you...
Bruh, 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 bruh.
And here we are at the top. So then you jump right back into the intensity of the tower. One of the things I really like about this tower is that drop, because I like the music on this floor. Not that you can hear it anyway, like I said. These next couple platforms fall, because we all know that 4x4s equal folly, boys. What was I saying? Yeah, and like it's great for the intensity that you would feel the first time you do this tower, but then it switches back over to the Wii Shop song, which is the lobby music it plays. So don't bother jumping right here because there's an invisible barrier right there. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's possible to fail. And then that jump, it's a little tricky, but you know. Okay, we will not talk about how in that practice video I completely overlooked this path right here and actually tried to do these jumps, which I can now show you that those are possible. So I'm back right here. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm supposed to get these swinging so that I can reach the platform. Okay, I think I figured it out. You gotta go from side to side to get it swinging. Oh boy, now it's spinning. No, don't stop. Don't stop swinging. Don't stop swinging. Ooh. I hope it didn't sound too weird in the microphone. But I made it, and I figured out what to do. Ooh. I just got trolled. There was an invisible platform here the whole time. Wow. But yeah, they're a waste of time because you're gonna reach here and then realize that this was here, like I did. But anyway, you reach this rock wall thing, some easy jumps. I mean, they're pretty thin, but, and some wraparounds. and I'm a cool person, so I'm just gonna walk right around these like a pro instead of jumping, because I'm too much of a pro to do that. But anyway, then you jump back across these. Ooh, that was close. You can see the wind pad confetti. Jump. Some wraparounds. I'm going to check if they're anti-wall hops because I want to know, and I almost died. And then jump, jump, and jump, and there we go. GG. Thank you for watching, and psych, this isn't the end. I don't know. What? Yeah. That's a pretty short tower, so I'm gonna go do tower screen punching now. So TOSP is also challenging. It's a little bit more tricky than stress if you look on the difficulty chart. I struggled with this a lot when I was doing it, but yeah. And if the balls at the bottom are like that, sometimes you can use them to boost yourself onto here. So Tower of Heck was the first tower in this game, but this was the second. And like I was saying with Tower of Stress, back then you didn't have to have the colors of the platforms match the colors of the frames. Except I don't know. It says something about that on the wiki. The first two floors are really short. Then you have some iconic TOSP jumps, like that one in Citadel of Laptop Splitting. Okay, rather than going across there, which I've never even bothered to do, you can just do that. Okay, right here, you can go around that way, and those are falling boys, I believe, because, you know, you see the thingies right there. But there's actually a invisible stud right there, mostly invisible, so you can skip that. These one studs, they'll fall. Now we're on to, well, I don't know why that's out of place, except I think I might know, but yeah, we're onto the purple floor. I think that's out of place because on floor 6, I think, there's a one stud path with a thing shortcut right there, if you saw that platform. On floor 6, there's, you can ladder flick on top of there, by the way. Oh, on floor 6, there's a one stud path with a part that's out of place and it actually falls, and that might be there so that you think that doesn't fall later on. No traps along this path, and just like that, we are onto the green floor. And then we have some invisible path things. And I like to, at the end of paths, I like to jump at the end in case there's a little gap, which there is right there, but if you just keep holding forward, it will be fine. And here's another shortcut. You can just jump right on top of those and then onto this balance beam. You can go either way. I like to go this way. And I think you can do the same thing like on Citadel, where you do the FE2 speed climbing, and you can just jump on top of there. And now for the annoying falling platforms. And I'm gonna fall. Okay, no I don't. Okay, yeah. Just, you gotta time your jumps, right? Now for another tower of screen punching jump, which makes absolutely no sense why it would be here, because this totally isn't tower of screen punching. The second two studs right here will, like, explode when you step on them. I think they're actually loose platforms. Okay, and then you have that jump. And I believe these are possible normally, but you can jump to the top of the poles if you want. Then here, you can just hop across, because that kill brick there will catch you. Okay, here's that one stud path I was talking about. See this platform that's out of place? It will fall, but if you just run straight across without stopping, you'll be fine. You can also jump if you want. And on this outside section, you better not fall, because then you're going to have to restart the entire tower. If you don't land right there, no worries, you'll just catch yourself down there. Like if you don't latch onto the ladder by doing that. You have this random box, probably like the other random boxes in other towers. There was some event in there at one point. That jump, it's a little high, but you'll get it. And here we go, onto the purple floor. Another quick fact about this tower, it actually only has 9 floors. It did have 10 at one point, but it doesn't anymore. These next platforms are conveyors, so you know what to do for those, just hold space along them. And then these are conveyors as well, except the edge right here is not. And then this is kind of a rock wall. You can just jump on those studs or do whatever you want. No traps on this path. That you probably can just jump right on top of there, but I like to just wrap around it normally. And then here's a nice shortcut. Boom, you skip the rest of the floor. Here's a neat shortcut you can do. Okay, that might look like a shortcut, but that's there just to troll you, so you can't land on it. Whoops, that was close. Some people do like to go that way though, but I like to go this way. And then, oh, I'm about to die. Okay, that's a conveyor. And then head across here, and here we are on the last floor, which is floor 9, unlike what it would normally be, which is floor 10. Right here, there's an invisible pathway you gotta follow. So these are semi-transparent, but that's even more transparent. You can just barely see it, but still. This right here is an S. There's a platform right there. And right here, I think you can just walk across it, even though you're supposed to jump on those kill bricks. I want to see what happens. Okay, you can't just walk straight across it. Yeah, because I accidentally overshot that one time, but then I was, like, standing on air. So, yeah. Okay, some tightrope. You're almost to the most annoying wraparounds in the whole tower. But you can cheese most of them, like that. And yeah, then you'd do them on here, then jump up there, go there, and then across. But I think there's another shortcut you can do, which is that. Boom. And just like that, we've done screen punching too. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Please consider liking and subscribing, that would be greatly appreciated. I'll see you in the next one, and have a nice day.